guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing you the most in-depth action figure reviews here on YouTube. And today we're taking a WWE Mattel Elite Series 116 featuring first time in the line Jade Cargill. We have Flying Brian Pillman back from the Hollywood Blondes, and the first time in the line Lexis King. If you are interested in grabbing the set, is now available and shipping from ringsidecollectibles.com. And you guys shop to use promo code FORLIFE to save 10% off your order. So the first time in the line Jade Cargill, this figure does look pretty good. She does have these very unique hand molds for her entrance, but the unfortunate thing, she does have this plastic coat, so you can't get her in her pose. But she does look good in the box right here. You'll see again the first time in the line logo, the image of Jade. Brian Pillman back in the Mattel line. I'm surprised this is the first one they went with as a re-release, or a release for the Hollywood Blondes, I guess, to pair with Stone Cold Steve Austin, or Stunning Steve Austin, I should say. I do actually have the figure in my collection. It'll be nice to pair them together, but I'm actually very highly anticipating a re-release of that Brian Pillman from the Heart Foundation. I did have the original Legends figure, but I no longer have them in my collection. Got rid of that a while ago because honestly, I'm anticipating them to re-release it, and that figure is highly sought after. And we also do have his son here, first time in line, Lexis King. Does have this big poofy hair, so it'll be interesting to get him out of the packaging. But again, you'll see Elite Series 116 with the nameplates on the front. Flipping over to the side, you will see the nameplates for each. Flipping all the way around, you get the awesome images of each wrestler. On the back, you'll get the other figures in the wave. You can see the larger little shots of each wrestler, as well as the read-up if you guys would like to pause and do so. But enough chatting. I want to get all these figures out of the packaging and see what they're all about. Starting us off, we are taking a look at Brian Pillman out of the packaging. So accessory-wise, you will get a set of interchangeable fisted hands here. He also does come with the mic open holding hands on the figure. Just like Stunning Steve Austin, you do get this, like, I don't know what it's called, a director's cut or whatever when they film. It's a cut here. You can see it has some nice detailing to it. Nothing on the back here, but it does open and close at the top. Additionally, you do get the WCW Tag Team Championship belt included here, which looks really nice on Pillman. You also do get his entrance vest to match Stunning Steve. You'll see the logos here on the front. Taking a look at the back, Hollywood Blondes, Flying Brian on the back with a star. Looks really good. Does have this big mullet from back in the day. Again, the Hollywood Blondes are way before my time. I didn't really get into WCW until the NWO form, so before my wheelhouse for sure, but I know a lot of people were looking forward to this figure. Head sculpt is good. Does have this kind of like crazy grin. Does have the big mullet as well. One thing I did notice, my head seems to pop off a little easier. I guess it'll make it easier to remove this entrance vest, but I did want to point that out. I don't know if it's a QC issue. I don't know if the neck peg is too short. But my head seems to pop off. Let's see once we get the vest off how that looks. It doesn't want to, maybe it sits a little bit, or maybe I just have to push it down, but you'll see it does have the jack torso. It does have the arms here with the white wrist tape. It has the stars on the front here. On the back, you'll see blondes with a star. It does have the black knee pads. Mine's a little bent here. Probably got to fix this. Stuck on the joint. Really, that's annoying. But he does have these stars on the white boots with the black laces, which looks really nice here. It is the new boot mold as well. Just looks really good. Really nice and clean, what you'd expect for a Hollywood Blondes Brian Pillman. Let's see how that head moves on this body. Yeah, see, it wants to pop off a little bit too easy, in my opinion. The arms do go fully round. The ab crunch goes down and back up. That one, the head just popped off again. You do have the bicep cut, the double jointed pinless elbows, hands do rotate and hinge. You do have the waist swivel here as well. Legs, does splits pretty good. It's not too stiff. Kicks up pretty good. Does have these nice thicker quads as well. Do get the thigh rotation. Looks like he's on pin legs, and it is a little stiff on one part of it, as always with the pin legs. The boots do rotate here. Again, new boot mold, so it does go up and down pretty good. Also rock side to side if you guys are curious. The other leg is actually not as stiff, so a little heat will probably help, but we're still having issues with these legs with Mattel figures. The Hollywood Blondes are finally complete. You can see the matching attire. I will say the vest is a different color on Brian and Stunning Steve. I think without a doubt, we're probably going to see this re-released as like a greatest hits or something down the road to kind of go with this Pillman to match even more so. But you'll see the difference, or the matching trunks here with the stars on the front. They both do have the white boots with the black laces, the stars on the side. On the back, you'll see that they both do have blondes. Again, a little bit of a different red on Stunning Steve versus Brian. Even on the vest on the back, you can see how much bigger the script is. I kind of like the look on Stunning Steve a little more so than Pillman, but we do have them completed here, and they are finally a tag team in your Mattel collection. Moving on to Lexis King, so let's take a look at the accessories included. You will get a set of fisted hands. as well as a set of mic open holding hands on the figure. He also does come with this awesome soft goods jacket. You can see the design, and it just has a nice thick feel to it. Feels very premium. You can see all the little designs on here with the gold. Looks really, really nice. I'll zoom in for you guys to get a close-up. Fits him pretty good. I didn't really want to mess with the hair. You could probably tuck this under his hair to have a better fit. That's probably my mistake, not doing that earlier. But you can see how all these designs look. And again, you can feel this material just really nice. Look at that head sculpt with that huge hair. Nice, kind of like, reminds you of like the hair bands from back in the day. You will see this bandana is removable. He does have this nice head sculpt as well as that freaking beard sculpt, man. You can see the nice cuts on underneath here for Lexis King. Let's get this entrance jacket off. Again, we'll take one quick look at it off of the figure for you guys. Really do like how nice and premium, even on the inside. It just looks really good. But here we go. Take a look at that head sculpt. Beautiful. I feel like they capture him spot on. They are using the smaller Daniel Bryan torso. I will say the head itself just looks a little big for the body, and that's just due to the volume of that hair. But you can see the black and gold attire going on underneath here. Love the skull here. Love the designs on his knee pads with the nice gold accents. You can see on the back, man, Lexis King. This looks really nice and clean. Continuing on the side, I will say it's not quite gold. It's a little bit like a bronze gold, but it pops really nice with the figure here. Does have these shorter kick pads. You can see the outlay here, just like the Kevin Owens from this set, but looks really, really nice. They did a great job here for Lexis King's first Elite figure. Articulation, I don't know how much you're going to get with the head. That hair is going to get in the way. You do have the ab crunch down about that much, back about there. The arms do go fully round. You do have the bicep cut, the double jointed pinless elbows. Hands do rotate and hinge. Waist swivel. Mine's a little stiff, so I'm not going to mess with it, but we'll probably need just a little heat. His legs, a little stiff on mine, but you can do splits about that much. Kicks up about there, no bounce back at all. Does have the thigh cut, the double joint. It looks like pin legs. Do have the boot articulation. They do hinge up and down and go rocking side to side. Feet, the other side, no stiffness at all. Like I said, sometimes you just got to put a little bit of like some heat to it, and it should loosen it, but I'm very impressed with this Lexis King. And of course, the comparison we had to do, we have father and son, Brian Pillman and Lexis King, Brian Pillman Jr. here. The head sculpts look spot on for both these men. I really do love the look of it. It's kind of crazy that father and son are both in the Elite collection here with one another, but height-wise, you can see how they stack up, and as far as the gear itself, they both look phenomenal. The last figure we are taking a look at is Jade Cargill's first WWE Mattel Elite figure. Her AW Jazzwares figure was really one of their best figures they have done in the AW line. So I'm curious to see if this figure will top it. So let's take a look at accessories included. You get a set of just the plain mic open holding hands. For this figure, you get some specifically unique finger hands for her entrance. Look at those fingernails, man. You can see the blue painted on there. Look really nice. Unfortunately, she does have this rubber coat, which you can see isn't too bad, but you cannot get her in her pose, man. It's just going to drag back down. So that's the bummer here. But take a look at the head sculpt. I can see a likeness to Jade from certain angles. From other angles, I feel like they kind of missed the boat just a little bit. I would like to see this head kind of refined, just look a little more like her, but it's not a bad attempt for the first Jade figure. You can see the hair sculpt here with the hair. Color looks really good, does pop with this silver attire here. I do want to get this jacket off. I'm curious. I'm not going to even play, man, those fingers. I'm going to pop the hands off. We'll do this on camera for you guys if it's not too much of a pain here. We'll pop off the hands. We'll zoom out so you get a better view. See how this jacket is coming off the figure. Man, those hands are in there snug. Pop the head off too. Probably make it a little easier. And get this jacket off of Jade here. Oh, man. Always weary about breaking these figures, so I always like to be careful. But let's get a quick close-up while it's off of Jade here. You can see Jade on the back. A lot of nice detailing to it. Got the little frills here. This is really soft. For a rubber jacket, it is soft in material. Let's assemble Jade all back together. Pop her head in. Of course, we want to go with these newly sculpted hands for Jade here. A little stiff getting in there. But we'll get the other hands in here. All right, so we got Jade. You can have her doing her iconic entrance. I don't know if you want to call it iconic, but her remarkable, famous entrance here with her hands out. You can see I really do like the sculpt. I do like that attention to detail. And her gear looks pretty good. You can see the kind of silver. I don't know if this is quite the right color, but you can see on her top here that she does have the necklace. The straps on the back look really nice, even the little sculpted piece on the top. You can see on her trunks here, silver with some brown coming through. Definitely dig these knee pads, like metallic looking, like Jade on there. Looks really good. The boots do have some nice details too. You can see Jade here with the blue. I like how that pops here. The little blue line on the back. Does have the white soles on there as well. Let's go through articulation. I will say her torso doesn't feel super loose, but probably looser than I'd like it to be. The head will rotate. The hair is going to get in the way a little bit. Hands do go fully around. You get the bicep cut, the double jointed pinless elbows. Like I said, diaphragm joint moves about that much. You know, it is a little looser, but not awfully loose. Does have the waist articulation as well. Does it splits about that much. Kicks up pretty good. Get the thigh cut, the double jointed knees. Does have the boot articulation. They do hinge up and down. And I don't believe this is a new boot mold. I'm going to say this is maybe the Charlotte Flair boot mold. So she does have toe articulation added on there. But she's not perfect, but a good attempt for Jade's first figure. Moving on to some quick comparisons for Jade Cargill. With her being billed as this powerhouse wrestler, I figured it only made sense to bring some of these larger, stronger female athletes. We have the Ultimate Edition Rhea Ripley. You can see she is slightly taller than Jade. I don't know how accurate that is, but again, the Ultimate scale a little differently than the Elites. We also do have the Elite Chyna. I will say Chyna does tower over both these figures, so just to give you some different scale comparisons. If you guys have enjoyed this video review, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. Help me get to my goal of 10,000 subs by the end of this year. I want to know all your thoughts and feedback down below on these brand new Elite figures. Will you be looking to add them to your collection? What do you think? Did Mattel do a good job, or are you going to pass on them? Also, please make sure to turn on those notification bells. Stay tuned to the newest action figure reviews here on my YouTube channel. So let's get into my personal take. We'll start off with Lexis King. I love this figure. I feel like the attire pops. The shirt is really nice. Head sculpt is spot on. And they even got the beard like points on there, just so nicely done. I love the headband. I think this figure is very toyetic and definitely one of the best from the set. Brian Pillman, I like it. Not the choice I would have went for the first kind of like re-release or redone Brian Pillman. I'm really looking forward to a Heart Foundation version, but now at least you can complete your Hollywood Blondes. Jade Cargill, I'm not going to say it's perfect, but I do like the figure. I love the hands do add something to it. I just feel like it's unfortunate that the jacket doesn't allow her to pose. I think she will be a really good candidate for an Ultimate Edition figure, I'm sure, down the road. But head sculpt looks okay. I like the attire. I like the fingers again. The jacket looks great. It's just unfortunate. It's rubber. But with this being the second and final video review of Elite 116, I figured it would be fun to bring all the figures back and rank them from my least favorite to my favorite. Here we have all the figures from this set. We're going to rank them from my least favorite to my favorite. My criteria are just, one, the excitement for the figure and the character, the execution on how Mattel did on it. And again, just because something's at the bottom doesn't mean it's a bad figure. But let's get into it. At number 6, being my least favorite figure, I think without a doubt, that's Kevin Owens. It's just, Mattel has done a better job before. I feel like the joints on this one feel a little wonky. Don't like the head sculpt. I just, not very excited for this Kevin Owens. At number 5, I'm going to go with Brian Pillman. Like I said, this wasn't the version I wanted. I'm sure a lot of people want to complete the Hollywood Blondes, but I know I don't really care how easily that head pops off this figure. I definitely do think we'll see a Stunning Steve re-release somewhere down the road to pair with him, but I'm going to put him at number 5. At number 4, I'm going to go Randy Orton. I do like this figure. I do like the bigger torso. I just wish the arms and the head were a little bigger. I feel like proportionally he just looks a little off. At number 3, I think I'm going to have to go with AJ Styles. I'm a big AJ fan. I do like this torso. I cannot wait to see this torso used, maybe even as an an Ultimate would be nice with a bigger torso, but even just an Elite figure with this torso, some chest hair, some tights added to it, I think will really plus up this figure. Throw in an entrance vest. This will look spot on awesome, but I'm not crazy about the jeans, so that's why I'm going to put him at number 3. At number 2, I'm going to go Jade Cargill. A lot of nice things with this figure. Just feel like that jacket, like she gets these fingers to do her entrance pose, and you can't even get her in there, so that's a little disappointing. Number 1, without a doubt, I think Lexis King. They nailed it. I feel like the head sculpt is spot on. I love the jacket. The gear just looks so toyetic. Just a fun one. I'll be totally honest with you. This is not my favorite set that Mattel has released in a while. A little bit of an underwhelming set, but that's how I'm going to rank them. If you are interested in grabbing any of these figures, they are now available and shipping at ringsidecollectibles.com. And you guys sharp use promo code 4LIFE to save 10% off your order. Before you go, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at AlexWestCollects. Thank you again for tuning in and your continued support. I'll catch you all in the next video review.